So, in 5, 4, 3.
Forgot 2 and 1.
Well, that's, you know, you quiet out so I don't have to cut it in post.
Right. Oh, I see. Yeah.
All right, guys, we're here, the pair of geezers, and we got Shaun Crusha. Shaun's going to be our sensitive. We have a cutting edge idea for paranormal investigating.
Or an idea, anyway.
Yeah. So you're going to see us progress, and any flaws that you see, bad audio, bad video, we'll work on that. But for today,
you're along for the ride. You're at the very beginning. You're starting out with us. You will feel our pain, and you'll feel your own pain. Right?
Watching the struggle.
But we've been in paranormal for quite some time. Been doing a lot of investigations. We're at a particularly great site that we've done a lot of work at. And we've also, Dennis and I got into metal detecting, and we've been detecting out here as well. And one night I got this idea. I get ideas sometimes. Usually in the middle of the night when you're trying to sleep.
Some of them were good too.
Yeah. Anyway, so so I thought, why not combine the two?
Metal detecting, ghost hunting?
I mean, yeah, it's a stupid idea, but nobody's done it yet, so let's try it out. Let's see what happens. It might do. The whole concept behind it was you find ancient items. The items have, if you're with any luck at all, you'll find ancient items. Find a lot of modern coins, but coins are okay.
Well, even something that ties back to a particular location it doesn't necessarily have to be ancient, but some of the history would be nice to tie back into the actual location.
Right.
So doesn't necessarily mean it has to be ancient, because ancient would be like Dennis's
like
age.
this guy.
Right.
And that's kind of a hint how Shaun enters.
Yeah, and basically history is what drew me to metal detecting, and it's also what draws me to the paranormal, because a lot of places we go are great historic places.
Oh, yeah.
But finding artifacts in the ground, finding anything in the ground, has a story attached to it. I mean, everything that was dropped or buried or hidden or whatever was placed there by a human in some way. And there's a story attached to that. And I've always been fascinated by what's the story? What is this and how did it get here?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about, well, we're in an area that's known to be haunted. I mean, we've done a lot of work here. And what if some of the articles that have been dropped or hidden or buried or whatever out here in this area are also somehow haunted or in some way attached to spirits that are here? And can we verify that? Is there a way we can take that idea, put it with this idea, and have the two things verify each other? Right. Maybe a little more evidence to something real. So that was the premise, and then it became this, and now you can revel in the glory that is this brilliant idea.
So we brought Shaun in. Shaun is a sensitive medium.
I was going to say sensitive makes, I'm not going to be crying all day.
He might.
Right.
Well.
Right. Uh-oh. If I have to look at Dennis all day, maybe. So the idea, or at least a piece of it, because not only are they going to use the gift of the psychic abilities on the front end, but also we're going to look at using it once we've located an object and doing a little bit of the ghost hunting piece of it as well. But the premise, at least initially, is to try to locate some of these older, ancient items, and then using gifts. I have 2 other psychic mediums that I coordinate with, and we map out the location without any knowledge, try to figure out where we feel like something is buried that's tied to the location, and then that's once we transfer that over. And eventually what you're going to do is you're going to see all the other people, including us, in that stage of it, on addressing the fact that this is where an item is, this is what we feel. You'll see a piece of that as well. But for this particular location, we've already coordinated with 2 of the psychics. We have a map that's been mapped
You got
out.
the map there handy?
Yeah,
The map.
that shows some
And I'll do a zoom in on the
Yeah.
video there so you guys can see it.
for some of the locations, and then after that other piece of it, which is really technically the second piece of this, which I believe is like four-step process. We have the psychic work that lays out where psychics believe objects are located. We then use the metal detecting crew to go and try to find those objects, and then after that look a little bit at the history, have a little bit of the tune in of the psychic work of holding these objects, and then doing a little actual ghost hunting within the location.
Yeah, do a paranormal investigation to see if we can verify that these artifacts are somehow tied to an entity that may be at this location.
Right.
So, to sum it up, we got psychics finding our locations. We got Rich and I going to detect and try and find the objects. If we recover any object, then again it goes back to Shaun. He gets to try and read that object and see if we do have just cause to do an investigation at one of the locations or a specific location here. Today we're at the Abbey, but as we get moving on, we got grand ideas of going to a lot of cool locations. So if this works out, that's what you'll be seeing. This is the very beginning, and it's raw.
And as a full disclaimer, we don't do anything without permission, because there are a lot of people that will copy anything they see. And if somebody runs with this idea and trespasses, we don't want that coming back on us or anybody else. If you do anything in the field, any kind of field, get permission. Don't trespass. Don't break into places to do investigations or break onto properties to do detecting. You can get permission. It's not that hard. So get permission and do it the right way.
And if you don't get permission, you have to go to a new location. That's the bottom line.
There's
just like investigating any location.
Yeah, and there's no shortages of places or people that would be willing to let you do that kind of stuff. So don't put yourself in jeopardy. Don't break the law. Don't put, it's not worth it. Just get permission.
And with that said, I did mention the Abbey here, and we have very special permission. Don't call them to come here detecting, because they're really not for that. You're welcome to get a hold of Rich or I or even Shaun. We could set you up a ghost hunt here if you want to. But as far as digging up, probably a cat or something.
No, he went outside.
No, but underneath.
Oh, maybe. It felt like it was underneath.
Did he come back in?
No.
So
he's not in there.
We got ghosts.
He was over there.
Yeah, I saw him go over.
Okay.
But my dad pulled up.
So at any rate, we're here at the Abbey. You're welcome to come and do family reunions. You can have weddings. You can do a ghost hunt, but don't come here to metal detect, because they're giving us special permission, and it's kind of a one-time deal.
Yeah.
So they're just adding more to your disclaimer.
Yeah, and again, another reason we were doing this is because anything we find that's tied to the Abbey, we're going to give to them for their museum that they're putting together. So
that's only the right way to do it.
Yeah, and that's why.
And that's going to be with any location we go to. If it's something that definitely ties back in to the location, we're going to gift it to them. So this is not something we're out here seeking
Finding
for
treasure
for our
hoards.
own gain.
I don't know if I find that lost.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Okay, we're
How
gonna have
about
to cut this
50-50?
part. We're gonna have to cut this.
Creative editing, I see.
Come on, we need more equipment.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's why you have donations.
Oh, donations.
And,
Right.
That's why we have donations.
That's right.
Right? Yeah.
But we don't have any.
We don't have any.
But
No.
we're our own donation. Speaking of which, to segue to this, I got
Right.
a donation for you.
Wow.
It's a big
Hey
ass
guys,
coil.
look at this. Woohoo! I was talking about this with Rich,
Found a
thinking
smoking
I was
deal.
looking for one, and lo and behold, he brings me one.
Found one on eBay.
And this is what?
Dennis has 10 inches of coil.
Of coil.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Coil.
specify that.
Okay,
Yep.
so this is metal detecting coil.
Yep, this
Mhm.
is for my metal
Okay.
detector, so it goes.
Where
Okay.
was it?
I get a bigger area and a deeper target.
Yep.
More
with
coverage.
this coil here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, you bet.
Appreciate it.
You bet. I couldn't pass up the deal. It was just too good.
Jeez.
So
But
That's
they're getting-
sweet.
And they're hard to find for that detector. So
Yeah.
it was.
Are
If
they?
I hadn't got it, somebody else would have jumped on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm detecting with is a Bounty Hunter Pioneer 202.
Mhm.
It's like a
Actually-
couple of $100 is all, but it's
But
been
they're-
good.
They're a phenomenal detector. They really are.
Yeah.
They're way ahead of their time. Bounty Hunter is considered an older brand now. It doesn't have some of the new technology, but what it does discrimination. It does iron audio. It does a lot of the features that you get on more expensive and modern detectors. But it does a great job. I mean, as you've seen,
I found
He's
gold,
got two-
silver.
he's got two rings out of here, and I've got squat. So
Yeah. So
well, I've got a few things, but
Mhm.
thing is it's a great detector, and this will just make it better.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
no problem. You can't have too many.
No,
coils.
I'm under the impression that you guys found some sort of a key
Oh yeah,
at some point.
yeah.
Did you
Already?
bring it along?
I
or-
did. It's out in the car.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we'll discuss that maybe when we get over there to the
Mhm.
area where we're first going to detect. Shaun, you want to tell us about this first area that we're going to go to?
Are we talking about next to the Abbey?
I don't know, somebody
Right
wanna
up
tell
here
me
by
about
the
it?
breezeway, because
Okay.
that was the one that you.
Well, when I tuned in, we were having a brainstorming session off of Zoom, wasn't it? Zoom
Yeah,
for a little
Because
bit.
we're high tech.
that's
Yeah,
right.
we were.
That's right.
We were all
we know
we're all
the
doing that.
technology stuff.
we were all doing the separation COVID thing for a minute, and we did the brainstorming just like we're doing here. And as Rich brought up the idea, I was seeing a location right up near the front of the Abbey, the front entrance, but actually off to the side where the columns are. But what I had seen is some sort of a tree, but it's actually a bush that has a whole bunch of ground underneath it. There's nothing growing, and I was detecting because they were asking if there's any objects that might be found that tie back into the Abbey. And when we did some of the precursor look earlier, I noticed a couple that kind of fit that description. So I know I saw it when I was at the house, and now that we're here, I do believe that it ties into one of the spots over there. So we're going to try to validate that amongst validating those many spots that we have located on the map.
We'll get to as many as we can today, but there's no guarantees.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing because we've been out here before, and we've just swung all over the place.
Right.
There's a lot of trash. There's a lot of garbage. A lot of dangerous things that we pulled out of here. So that's one of the benefits of metal detecting is we take dangerous metal out of the ground, especially in a public area like this.
Right.
Um,
So what would be an example of a dangerous
well,
material?
I pulled out a dart, which was really odd. The sharp part of a metal dart.
Okay.
Sharp bits of metal.
Okay.
Some cans that are very sharp when they're
So
cut into
this
pieces.
is like along the field where everybody's running?
Yeah, this
Okay.
especially in parks and stuff.
Okay.
There's so much garbage in parks. But I've also pulled out needles out
really?
of syringes.
Oh, wow.
Not out of a public park, not here.
Okay.
Not here. But,
All right.
Oh, the
But-
monks were hitting it hard
yeah.
that week.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But,
No.
Oh, we're going to hell now. So,
I was going to say, there's got to be some editing now, because I'm telling you, when we get next to the Abbey, they're going to hit you
Well,
in the
this
head.
is raw and unedited.
That's right.
We're going to have to.
That's
we're,
true.
We're going to have to take the camera, because when that monk hits you, I want to get it on camera.
Yeah, this is real reality. This is not scripted.
Yeah.
So Yeah, but anyway, there's a lot of dangerous trash under the ground, and yeah, I pulled out all kinds of sharp and pointy objects that can hurt kids, especially playing, falling, jumping around.
Yeah.
One
Which
thing
is
I pulled up, not really dangerous, but it would be to a lawnmower. Is somebody their old cork case that they left one of their wickets out in the grass.
oh yeah.
And I happened to come across the wicket that would tear up
And be
a lawnmower.
and be a projectile.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
right. Good.
Sure.
Yeah, so
injure
that's
somebody.
one of the fringe benefits for the community for metal detecting is that we remove a lot of trash and we remove dangerous trash. Anything trash we find, we haul out. That's just what you do, and it clears the way to find better articles and more interesting articles. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that we found. We haven't really got down into a very old layer yet. We've gone through mostly modern stuff. But there's several layers out there. He found a bag, a leather pouch that was sewn together that was full of pennies.
Yep. 24 cents. That
How?
day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
In the money.
Why? There's so many questions with that. And that's one of the things I love about detecting is you pull up something and go why, or how, or what, or all of the above.
So you're basically saying pennies are pretty common, and he finally found some common
He
sense.
found some pennies.
I found some
Put 'em-
common sense. R.
Yes, humor at no extra charge.
Right?
Even bad humor.
Right? Dad jokes, Steven.
Any humor is humor. So yeah, so that was an interesting article. Why the heck a leather pouch sewn full of pennies? It was older. It was old leather. It seemed like not terribly old, but I think the earliest and most modern coin was 2000, I think, and then most of them were in the 70s and 80s, right?
I think the latest one was like 82. That was
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So earlier.
But
now.
they were all clads.
Oh, okay. So
Not even real copper.
82's a copper. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, why? First, why? Why would you sew pennies into a leather pouch? Why are they in the ground out here on the sports field at the Abbey? So many whys,
Right.
It's just that there's a story there, and that's part of why we're doing this. We want to get to the bottom of the story of the article. We want to get to the bottom of the story of a potential paranormal entity or existence, and see if and how these things tie together.
The creative side of things, when we were out doing some of the B-roll initial shots, there was a male spirit already kind of curious and wandering around with us going, hey, what are you guys doing? It makes it interesting as a psychic, so this is going to be quite an endeavor, and I hope you enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
So
And
shall we-
even if you don't, we will.
Right?
So what do you think? Should we go do it?
Let's do some stuff.
All right.
All right, guys.
Sounds
so
like a plan.
follow us. The next thing you'll know, we'll be over there detecting.
Right?
So we'll see you there.